Why the long face?
It's gonna get longer.
I'm looking at you, Stephen A.
Bro, you crazy, bro.
This is such a waste of time. It really, really is. Ladies
ain't.
and gentlemen.
And isn't. It's not.
Yes,
though.
it is. Don't get me started.
And
I'm going to start
isn't.
imitating you. I'm going to start imitating you, Shannon. It's the truth, Shannon. Listen, y'all. You're talking about a dude that played about 483 more games, okay? He has played 7 more years than Michael Jordan. We want to talk about 30 points, all right? Like the 30-point record. How about this 30-point record, Swagoo? Did you know that Michael Jordan averaged 30 in his career?
Yep, I did.
Did you know that Michael Jordan went 7 straight years averaging over 30? Did you know that? I mean, it's just unbelievable to me. Listen, and then I bring this stuff up, and I'm hating. Once again, I have LeBron James, and this is what bothers me about your GOAT, Shannon, and your GOAT, Swagoo. See, this is what gets on my nerves about it, and that's why you got people thinking I'm a hater when it comes to him, because I'm not. I just get irritated by certain things. For example,
Stephen A. Smith hit a nerve here, and honestly, he's got a point. We often glorify LeBron's longevity like it's the defining mark of greatness. But think about this. Jordan achieved more in less time. 6 championships in 13 seasons, 5 MVPs, and a 10-time scoring champion. That's not just dominance, that's legacy. Meanwhile, LeBron's 20-plus seasons are incredible, no doubt, but are we giving credit for time served or the actual impact during that time? This is the core of the debate. Dominance versus durability.
let's go!
Get him, Shay.
You want to
Get
do
him.
that?
Here's the thing. MJ, in his career, took 24,537 shots. He had 32,292 points. LeBron James, when he took his 24,537 shot, he had 33,920 points, which is 1,600.
This part is where numbers slap emotions in the face. Same number of shots, and Jordan nearly matched LeBron in points, with fewer years. That's elite efficiency. You can't deny it. MJ was a killer on the floor. No wasted motion. No fluff. Just raw buckets. LeBron has more points, but it took more time and games to get there. The question is, do career totals outweigh career peaks?
Let's say to you, check this out, y'all. Check this out. So, if I'm sitting up there, right, and I decide,
For this.
are you ready for this? I need Shaq, that's why I go and Shannon up there. If I decide that I want to run the football, right, and Molly or Sam Tanucci or somebody, one of our producers, is going to tackle me, right? Ain't it a little bit different if I got to worry about Shannon or Swagoo getting their hands on me? You see what I'm saying? You bring it up, Mike, the time that you're thinking about the years. You're forgetting the culture. LeBron James, could you imagine if he was playing? As physical as the game was, and he'd have to go to the free throw line with his 73% shooting self from the free throw line career-wise, the jumper that was suspect for the vast majority of his career. And then we want to talk about scoring. We don't want to bring up the 6 rings. The fact that Jordan played 7 less years and still got 2 more rings. We don't want to bring up a 10-time scoring champion. We don't want to bring up a 9-time first-team All-NBA defensive player. We don't want to bring all of that up. So we just going to stay with scoring. But we're going to ignore the road traveled. We're going to ignore the level of adversity that you got to deal with now compared to what it was.
Now let's get real. The NBA has changed. A lot. Jordan played in a time when you got hammered for driving into the paint. And yet, he thrived. LeBron, on the other hand, plays in a league that favors offense, spacing, and freedom of movement. Not his fault, but the era matters. Could LeBron dominate in that rough-and-tough 90s style? Maybe. But Jordan proved he could dominate that and evolve with it. That matters.
Absolutely, and it's a different game, but isn't everybody bigger, faster, stronger
Players are
now?
more skilled now, though.
Yeah, so it's like...
It's more, time out. It's more skilled, but the game has transitioned so drastically because obviously you wanted to appeal to an audience. You wanted more offense. That the league stepped in and facilitated rule changes that provoked more offense. But we're going to ignore that wasn't the case in the Jordan era. We're going to ignore that.
My guy, Stephen A., see, all you look at is scoring, but my guy, look at the assist, look at the rebound. He was always asked to be complete.
Look at pressure.
He was asked to be. You make it seem like LeBron was a bum. The only man that can guard 1 through 5.
Number 2 is a bum.
Guard 1 through 5.
Stop it. Stop it right there.
5.
That's the problem. The five. Let me tell you something. How about 6? That's my favorite number, 6-0. Undefeated in championship round. But that's exactly what I'm talking about. I got you number 2 all time, and I'm disrespecting you.
This is where Team LeBron fires back hard and fair. LeBron isn't just a scorer. He rebounds, assists, leads, and defends all 5 positions. That level of versatility is insane. And let's be honest, that's what makes this debate complicated. LeBron isn't just a one-dimensional player. He's the full package, and that's why so many modern fans and analysts put him ahead. But again, does being good at everything beat being the best at one thing?
Get this laundry done.
How
can we have at 19?
You just gotta ignore that.
How can we have a greatness conversation?
Yeah.
How can we have a greatness conversation and eliminate?
I
All
apologize.
talking over each other. One at a time. Marcus.
Here's the thing. Stephen A. laid out Jordan's
Yeah.
what he's done.
Absolutely.
And nobody argues that Jordan is not the greatest or the greatest,
Yeah.
right? If you on Jordan's side.
Okay.
But every time we have this conversation, we lay out his accolades to disband LeBron accolades for some reason. And I'm like, LeBron got in the NBA and has done something no one has ever done. And we want to take, well, he's been there 20 years, so why wouldn't we? Well, playing 20 years ain't a part of greatness. That's not a part of the conversation. When you were 18 and you entered the NBA at a franchise that nobody watched.
You're saying
but
we're
you hurt
holding it
yourself.
against him.
You're
I'm
talking,
just
but you
saying,
hurt
it just
yourself.
seems-
You're hurting yourself. Who said LeBron wasn't great? Who is that
Stephen A.
person?
Nobody.
Who is that person?
No
Right
one.
there.
It's never been
Put
said.
EST on it, Stephen A. We're asking you to put EST on it because when your guy
I
was,
said
hey,
no.
Spangu, when your guy, hey, Stephen A., when your guy was 20, he was living in a dorm driving a moped. My guy was hitting jumpers against Sacramento and Boston.
Time out.
Why you brought it up?
That's it. The same amount of time, Charles Barkley didn't even make the Olympic team because Bob Knight did water. I mean, there's a lot of stuff that was going on in the 80s that ain't going on 40 years later. You can't do that.
Shannon,
You
that was
can't
my
do that.
favorite part of the
Hey,
debate.
when y'all
LeBron came into the NBA at 18 and never looked back. That's unheard of. He didn't need college. He was already box office. That longevity, that early success, it's rare air. But Jordan's college legacy, winning an NCAA title, hitting the game winner in the championship, can't be ignored either. It shaped him. So the real question becomes, do we praise LeBron for a longer arc or Jordan for a more explosive one? That's where the audience splits.